Hello, everybody. Today is episode 3 of making pots or potions of tremendous stupidity. Today's goal, or today, what the project we are building today, is the storage system, which will go probably right here because, I don't know, I felt like it should be black. I've just built a chunk full of every single wool color just because might as well get that done sooner than later. Along with I'm going to give a semi-brief explanation of how the two main circuits used in both of these redstone builds work, since I realize I haven't done a good enough explanation. So right here is a red coder, 9 long, because I'm using an autocrafter as test, because every one of these slots I click, it will increase the signal strength the comparator hooked into it reads. The way red coders work is the top layer is one short of the bottom layer. The target blocks here will redirect the redstone signal into them, as you can see here. So, the bottom layer, powering both of these redstone torches, turns them off, which allows both of these redstone torches to turn on. But this repeater right here is powering this redstone torch, so it can't turn on anyways, meaning you only get the second layer as an output right here, and then right there. This right here is the counting circuit. It looks quite complicated because of how many comparators are here, but the main thing is these two right here, the two comparators right here. So I press this lever. This is the on input, which will power this. This inverts the signal strength, so this is currently outputting a signal strength of 14. This will go to 13, and then this will minus 15 by 13, which will give you 2 once I flip this lever, and then 2. This just is inputting into a comparator on subtract mode, which means whenever this input is triggered, it will just give you a 1. So that's a semi-decent explanation of how the two main circuits in both of these builds work, along with the way that the first build here works. The actual RAM, or the number display, is every single slice is another number. This is the top row, the top middle. This is the middle. This is the right row. This is top right. This is top left, bottom right, bottom. And so, by turning off, or by putting a repeater in the way of the torches, so it doesn't read that signal strength, or in some cases just destroying the block because it's cheaper, you can give it to read numbers based on the signal strength. So, when you actually increase the signal strength being read by this counting circuit right here, it will give you a different number. So that is me reconciling some of my past wrongdoings of making redstone tutorials. So, today, I'm going to build the storage system, which will probably be going this way because it needs to be longer than one chunk. I will cut back to when the interface is down. There we have it. The storage system has been built. I just had to, what's the word? Copy. Yeah, copy. I found a design online for when I was looking for a 1x1 wide silo, because this is what the term for this is, a chest silo. And I found one that was 2 blocks wide and tileable. So I took it and then modified it, because the way the original design worked is that it would reverse what I wanted. It was the reverse. So here, a lamp on means the chest has an item in it. In the original design, it was chest off or lamp off means there was an item. So I slightly modified it. Now, it does cost double the redstone torches, but you know, that's a willing sacrifice I'm going to make for aesthetics. But here is here's a silo for all 22 items in Minecraft. Or not, there's a couple more than 22. No, all potion related items in Minecraft. And yes, I'm not insane. Breeze rod, stone, slime block, and cobweb are part of the thing with these 4 potions here. The biggest issue that I have is obviously the turtle scoots. You know, because I have to craft those and blaze, and I'll have a thing for blaze rods into blaze powder. Maybe also a thing for cobblestone into stone. Nah, then I have to deal with fuel. But yeah. So this is looking good. Now I'm quickly gonna add a label or a item frame to all of these real quick. BRB. And there we have it. I put on the item frames along with some extra couple features. So I've added these buttons which will allow you to drain the system. Yeah, drain the system so you actually get the items back from it. And then what you can do is undrain the system. Or undrain the shulker when you're done. So you can toggle whether you're taking the items from here or not, and I'll set up so this actually gets sent back up here. I'm going to use a water line because it can deposit more items at once. I mean, sort of. You know, I'm only working at hopper speeds. You know, I'll figure that out in a minute. But I also have the end line here. I've decided, you know, these shoulders look pretty nice in the black wool. You know, I'll when I actually go through and build the interior of the build, because you know it makes sense for this to be like a building that you walk in or something. When I build the interior, you will I'll build something that looks a bit nicer. Also, these are item filters. You know, I feel like I should start explaining. And one word I would like to correct from earlier is this isn't a tutorial. This is me going through the building process of making something that's absolutely massive. So, these are item filters. And the way they work is you want the first slot to be 41 of a specific item. They look like this with redstone, repeater. That block is a part of the thing below it. Then a redstone torch powering this in a and you know, preferably something that doesn't require power, just so there isn't 2 items floating in limbo. And then what else they require is a item that will not be going through the system. So I like to use a named item that it's just mashed my keyboard. So that's what I did. And then another thing is I have made it so you can actually craft the items. So like certain components like glass or redstone blocks, blaze rod, sugarcane, and slime, you can just input easily, carefree. Like it doesn't matter. You can just input that and it will deal with it. You know, it's just for ease of use. I mean, the redstone blocks and glass I can see not really wanting to do, but sugarcane and or at least blaze rods and slime blocks are kind of nice. So, like I've said before, once the world comes out, you can come in and modify this however you please. And your chests are being used here because you can't, well, hoppers can pick up through them, as you can see. Along with, they are the same hitbox as a chest. So when I deal with the whole water elevator thing, it will push them in here so they are aligned so they can be picked up for the rest of the item, the rest of the hoppers. And then it'll flow over here, fall in here, and then just, you know, be dealt with in this storage ladder, just so hopefully none of your excess items that you might have accidentally put in here or these places overflowed. Who knows what happens, but, you know, just, just adding in some fail safes. Anyways, that was this is just going through. So I'm gonna get the water elevator and water line working real quick. Well, I've decided that the water line was too much of a hassle. Instead, I've opted for two two item filters going on either side, with this one being this line right here going that way is from the chest down here. So it will be inputted there. I'll explain that in a second. And then the second one being from over here, which is from this right here, which is a shulker box auto unloader. Just because you know what's it? It's a lot easier to transport all of your items if you're using a bunch of shulkers instead of instead of the normal items. So I threw like 8 of them here. I threw 8 here just so you get your shulkers back quickly. I can like showcase it starting to run up by copying the item in there. It will grab from these 2 barrels, move it over here, and then oh, that's what happened there. Hold on. That makes perfect sense why that stopped working. Anyways, yeah. So it places dispensers can place shulker boxes, and then it will slowly drain out the shulker into the storage system, into the line of chests underneath it, and then it will just cycle over here into this dropper, which will slowly shoot up the items all the way up to here using a water elevator. And then they will take the long path going that way, and then at the end it loops back around. So in case the left half gets filled up, it'll start trying to fill the right half, and then after that it will go into the return line, which I've moved to here, and this is the shulker box input since I need a hopper line below the barrels. And then this is the shulker box output, which will be shown as if I tick sprint. If I use Axiom to change into spectator quickly, you can see that once the shulker box fills up, it will be broken and a new one will be placed down in its place, and then the shulkers will just be returned to here. If I have room when I'm actually building the proper interior, I'll expand this to double chest or something different. And then as the items just slowly drain, they will just be sent up into the water line, which will just throw them up here and throw them in there, and then they'll slowly be exchanged. It's funny to watch the item filters working at this fast of a speed. As you can see, I've done some testing with the new storage system, managed to fill up the first layer of double chest and started filling the second. So the second lamp turned on, so that's nice. But that's gonna be the end of this video. Next episode, I'll work with the dark gray wool to start on the storage system side of the queue system. I'm going to have to, delay. That project, or the storage system has taken a lot longer than I expected it to. So, next video, which should hopefully be uploaded semi-soon, will be dealing with all of the niche cases of the items, such as for glass bottles, needing 3 of them per 3 times as many as, say, nether wart, or for the same case of turtle shells, needing 5 times the amount, since I need to craft them into turtle shell helmets. So I need to solve both of those cases. Luckily, I left myself, dark gray wool, because somehow I'm a genius when it comes to predicting the future, I guess. And then, so next episode, we'll be working on that, and then I'll figure out what's going next. Anyways, yeah, here I'll quickly just show that all of this just by clicking all of these work. It's a bit noisy, so I've turned down my block audio by quite a lot. But don't want to accidentally fill up any of these shoulders because that might cause problems. I can't remember correctly if it does or doesn't, but huh, why is it not working? Oh, that's why. Somehow one of its blocks got replaced. Oh, press that and then suddenly it's fixed. Okay, I have to go flick this button and then that'll be fixed. Oh, the thing just fills up. Yeah, that's not good, but whatever. In case, just might as well add the drain system since it's just a nice thing to have. But yeah, it was too glitchy. Like I encountered too many errors to have a thing hooked up to this specifically. But luckily, with the way the draining system works, if you simply turn it on, it drains more items than it, like what's it called? It shoots more items than the actual system can receive. So if you just turn it back on and off, it will get out all the items. But I wouldn't recommend doing that. I wouldn't recommend turning on all of them, just so you don't accidentally get a couple thousand items stuck in limbo. Be a little annoying to clean out. Anyways, I'm gonna, sign off here and then go fix the issue I just made. So, yeah, I guess that's it for today. Next time, as stated, I'll work on the queue system. See ya.